Stepping into the White House is not just about becoming the First Lady. It's a life of power, luxury, and secrets hidden behind the doors of the presidential residence. Melania Trump, the woman who walked from the runway to the most powerful position in America, lived like a true billionaire during her years there. But what is the truth about her life? Today's video will answer all your questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more engaging content. Now, let's dive in. Melania Trump, from international supermodel to First Lady of the United States. Few people know that Melania Trump once sparked controversy when she defended the nude photos she posed for during her modeling career. These photos were taken in the 1990s when Melania was still pursuing a career in fashion and had not yet met Donald Trump. When the photos were widely published, Melania told the press that they were art, nothing to be ashamed of, and compared them to classical works in art history. This perspective immediately generated mixed reactions. Some supported her argument, stating that the photos had artistic value similar to Renaissance nude sculptures. However, many critics argued that such images were not suitable for the image of a future First Lady. Despite the controversy surrounding the photos, it is undeniable that Melania Trump has had a remarkable journey, from a small-town girl in Slovenia to a successful international model before becoming Donald Trump's wife. Melania Trump was born on April 26, 1970, with the birth name Melania Knavs in the town of Sevnica, Slovenia, then part of Yugoslavia. She grew up in a middle-class family. Her father, Viktor Knavs, worked in the state-owned automobile industry, while her mother, Amalia Knavs, was a fashion designer specializing in children's clothing. It was her mother who inspired Melania and introduced her to the world of fashion from an early age. As a teenager, she began exploring modeling and participated in local fashion shows. At 16, Melania officially embarked on a professional modeling career, and by 18, she had signed with a modeling agency in Milan, Italy. During this period, she studied design and architecture at the University of Ljubljana, but soon decided to drop out to focus entirely on modeling. In the early 1990s, she worked in major fashion capitals such as Milan and Paris, where she had the opportunity to collaborate with renowned photographers and designers. With her striking features and elegant style, Melania gradually made a name for herself in the fashion industry and appeared in several prestigious magazines. In 1996, Melania decided to move to New York in search of greater opportunities. There, she collaborated with photographer Paolo Zampoli, who helped her secure a work visa in the US and quickly advance her career. In New York, she appeared in prestigious magazines such as Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and GQ, and took part in major advertising campaigns. Her alluring appearance, sophisticated demeanor, and perseverance helped her establish herself in the highly competitive American fashion industry. It was in New York, in 1998, that Melania met Donald Trump at a fashion party. At the time, Donald Trump was already a famous real estate billionaire and had recently separated from his second wife, Marla Maples. According to Melania, Trump was immediately captivated by her elegant beauty and asked for her phone number. However, instead of responding eagerly, Melania declined to give him her number and insisted that he give her his instead. Her confidence and poise left a strong impression on Trump, and their relationship quickly developed. After several years of dating, they got engaged in 2004 and held a lavish wedding in 2005 at the Mar-a-Lago Resort in Florida, attended by many high-profile figures, including Hillary Clinton. After marrying Donald Trump, Melania's life took a dramatic turn toward luxury and power. She not only became the wife of one of the wealthiest businessmen in the US, but also enjoyed an opulent lifestyle filled with extravagant mansions, private jets, luxury yachts, and collections of diamonds and high-end fashion. The couple resided in a lavish penthouse at Trump Tower, designed in the style of the Palace of Versailles, with interiors adorned in 24-karat gold. Additionally, they owned multiple luxurious properties, including the Mar-a-Lago Resort in Florida, world-class golf courses, and a mansion in Beverly Hills. Melania Trump spent most of her time enjoying an elite lifestyle, caring for their son, Barron Trump, and participating in various charitable activities while maintaining a relatively private way of life. However, everything changed when Donald Trump announced his candidacy for the U.S. presidency in 2015. For the first time, Melania stepped into the political arena and faced public scrutiny in an entirely new way. When Donald Trump won the election in 2016, she became the First Lady of the United States, a role that came with significant pressure. As a Slovenian-born immigrant, Melania faced skepticism about her ability to fulfill the role, especially since she rarely made public appearances and had little experience in politics or social activism. Additionally, she was criticized for her speech at the 2016 Republican National Convention, which was found to have striking similarities to Michelle Obama's 2008 speech. Despite the backlash, she remained composed and focused on her personal initiatives, most notably the Be Best campaign, which aimed to raise awareness about children's mental health and combat cyberbullying. Melania's lifestyle also underwent significant changes after moving into the White House. Initially, she chose not to relocate to Washington immediately after Donald Trump's inauguration, opting instead to stay in New York so that their son, Barron, could complete his school year. When she officially moved into the White House in June 2017, she took on more responsibilities as First Lady. She maintained an elegant and refined style, always appearing impeccably polished at official events. However, compared to her predecessors, Melania remained relatively private, rarely speaking in public and seldom expressing personal opinions on political matters. She focused on cultivating a poised and luxurious image, solidifying her status as one of the most stylish first ladies in U.S. history. Melania Trump's luxurious life in the White House, the First Lady with a billionaire style. As the First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump not only had the opportunity to live in the White House, but also enjoyed a luxurious life with exclusive privileges. Like previous First Ladies, she had her own living area, including private rooms and an office. But what made her space unique was the European royal-inspired upgrades she made, adding a magnificent touch. While the White House maintained its classic American architecture, Melania incorporated delicate European palace-inspired details, with gilded interiors, luxurious decorations, and priceless works of art. One of the most notable spaces was Melania's wardrobe room, which housed hundreds of dresses from the world's most prestigious brands. As a fashion icon, she owned an incredible collection of haute couture designs, carefully stored in a luxurious space with state-of-the-art storage systems. This room was not just a place for clothing storage, it was designed like an art gallery, reflecting her high-class and luxurious fashion style. Melania Trump's fashion style has always been a focal point, with outfits ranging from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars. She frequently appeared in luxurious designs from top brands like Dior, Chanel, Dolce & Gabbana, Valentino, and Ralph Lauren. One of the most impressive dresses was a $100,000 haute couture gown she wore to an official White House gala. With its delicate lines, high-quality materials, and elegant design, this outfit clearly showcased Melania's aristocratic style and class. However, Melania Trump's fashion choices have not always been received positively by the public. One of the most controversial events occurred when she wore a Zara jacket with the words, "I really don't care, do you?" during a visit to an immigrant children's detention center in 2018. This image quickly became a topic of heated debate, with many people arguing that the message on the jacket showed a lack of sensitivity to the plight of children separated from their families at the US-Mexico border. While the White House explained that the choice was random, many still believed it was a move with deeper implications, contributing to one of the biggest controversies of her tenure. Despite the mixed opinions, it is undeniable that Melania Trump is one of the most stylish and sophisticated first ladies in US history. Whether in glamorous gowns from luxury designers or in controversial moments, she has consistently maintained the poised and powerful demeanor of a woman who stepped out of the world of high fashion. Melania Trump's life in the White House was not only full of luxury and opulence, but also meticulously cared for in every detail, from her nutrition and beauty routines to her means of transportation. For the First Lady of the United States, luxury and sophistication were essential in every aspect of life. Melania Trump's diet was carefully crafted by a team of five-star chefs, ensuring that her meals were not only delicious, but also suited to her health and lifestyle needs. The dishes were prepared with fresh and nutritious ingredients, with a particular focus on healthy yet elegant meals. She favored fresh, nutrient-rich, and low-calorie foods such as salmon, organic vegetables, nuts, and fresh fruit, while also emphasizing a balanced and reasonable diet. Additionally, Melania placed great importance on beauty care and maintaining healthy skin. She utilized world-class spa and beauty services with skin treatments, relaxing massages, and rejuvenating beauty procedures provided by top experts. Melania regularly participated in relaxing spa sessions to relieve stress and maintain a youthful, alluring appearance. Every element of her beauty regimen was optimized to ensure the perfect look for a First Lady. When it comes to transportation, Melania Trump was never without luxury and comfort. Her travels with Donald Trump were often supported by top-tier aviation and ground transportation. The Air Force One aircraft, with a VIP section reserved for the president and his family, was where Melania frequently traveled with her husband during official business trips. This VIP cabin is fully equipped with luxurious amenities, including a bed, a workspace, and a private bathroom. Everything is designed to provide maximum comfort during long flights. Air Force One is not only a mode of transport, but a true flying palace, equipped with all the modern conveniences to serve the most powerful people in America. In addition to the plane, Melania also used the Marine One helicopter for shorter trips or when traveling from the White House to nearby locations. With its speed and high security, Marine One is the ideal choice for safe and convenient travel when urgency is required. When traveling on the ground, Melania used the armored limousine, the Beast. This vehicle was specially designed to ensure complete safety for the president and his family during every trip. The Beast is not only a luxurious limousine, but also a mobile fortress with top-tier protective features, from bulletproof windows to fire-resistant tires and secure communication systems. It is equipped with all modern conveniences, ensuring that every trip Melania and her husband take is both comfortable and absolutely secure. Melania Trump's luxurious life in the White House represents the perfect blend of sophistication, power, and meticulous attention to detail. From her nutrition regimen to her transportation, everything was prepared to ensure that she consistently maintained her elegant and powerful demeanor. Melania Trump's life in the White House was not only opulent, but also showcased power and elegance through royal gala events and luxurious diplomatic trips, offering experiences that were nothing short of magnificent. One of the standout events in Melania Trump's life at the White House was the royal galas and diplomatic events. These occasions were not just an opportunity for President Trump to showcase his hospitality, but also a chance for Melania to display her organizational skills and refined fashion sense. The White House galas frequently hosted distinguished guests, including members of the British royal family, famous billionaires, and heads of state from around the world. Notable guests such as Queen Elizabeth II, British Prime Minister Theresa May, and other world leaders attended these soirees. Melania often wore exquisite haute couture outfits to match the formal and grand atmosphere of these events. The royal galas at the White House were always large-scale affairs, where guests could enjoy the finest meals in the world. Each banquet table was meticulously set with luxurious dishes such as lobster, Wagyu beef, caviar, and fine wines. The meals were prepared by renowned chefs, all aimed at providing a lavish and sophisticated dining experience for the esteemed guests. Melania Trump's lavish lifestyle extended beyond the White House, reflected in her extravagant and costly international trips. One of the most notable trips was to Paris in 2018. This trip was not only an important diplomatic visit, but also an opportunity for Melania to indulge in luxury shopping in the fashion capital of the world. Reports suggest that during this trip, Melania and her son Baron spent hundreds of thousands of dollars shopping at the most prestigious boutiques such as Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and Dior, showcasing her impeccable taste. In addition to shopping, the Paris trip also saw Melania enjoying the opulence of 7-star hotels with world-class services. These hotels offered lavish rooms equipped with luxurious amenities such as marble bathrooms, silk-covered beds, and top-tier spa services. Every need of Melania's was meticulously catered to, from special meal preparations to health and wellness care. With trips like these, Melania Trump not only proved herself to be one of the most powerful women in the United States, but also a symbol of wealth and sophistication. To ensure her safety, all of Melania's trips were safeguarded by high-level security from both American and international security forces. She was protected by top security experts, ensuring that every diplomatic visit took place under the utmost safety and security. Melania Trump's life at the White House and her international trips exemplified the perfect combination of power, luxury, and class. From the grand royal galas to the extravagant trips, everything reflected the powerful position she held, as well as her aesthetic taste and high-class lifestyle. Melania Trump and political thinking, the subtle influence of a powerful First Lady. When Melania Trump stepped into the role of First Lady of the United States, many wondered whether she was truly interested in politics. Compared to previous First Ladies, Melania was rarely seen engaging in political matters or expressing strong opinions on policy. In fact, she kept her distance from the political arena, rarely speaking publicly on important political issues. Melania did not engage in debates or react directly to controversial policies, unlike previous First Ladies such as Hillary Clinton or Michelle Obama, who frequently voiced their views on social and political issues. Melania Trump is one of the least vocal First Ladies in American history when it comes to politics. This sets her apart from past First Ladies like Jacqueline Kennedy, Hillary Clinton, and Michelle Obama, who were known for their outspoken public statements on social and political issues. Melania, on the other hand, stood out for her discretion and infrequent involvement in public affairs. She also did not speak much at political events, focusing mainly on charitable work and children's welfare activities. Melania rarely offered public opinions on government policies or participated in political discussions. She chose to maintain a cautious and low-key approach, avoiding deep involvement in hot political issues. Nevertheless, throughout her husband's presidency, Melania still maintained a certain level of influence, particularly in protecting the Trump family's image. This discretion created a stark contrast to other First Ladies, who were deeply involved in political and social campaigns. Although Melania rarely spoke on political matters, she did make several statements on social issues and charity causes she cared about. One of the key initiatives she launched was the Be Best campaign, aimed at raising awareness about children's mental health and combating cyberbullying and opioid abuse. This campaign helped her stand out in social issues, particularly those related to children, a topic she has always paid special attention to. In addition, Melania also made important statements at international events, particularly at the United Nations, where she shared her views on protecting children's rights and promoting healthcare. These remarks demonstrated that while she remained discreet on political matters, Melania still held strong views on important social issues. One of the controversial issues related to Melania Trump's political views is her public statements in support of abortion rights. While Donald Trump strongly opposed abortion rights throughout his campaign and presidency, Melania was reported to have shown signs of supporting abortion rights, a stance that contradicted her husband's views. This caused significant controversy and raised questions about the difference in perspectives between her and Donald Trump, creating dramatic moments and attracting a lot of attention during her time as First Lady. While many other First Ladies used their position to advocate for specific policies, Melania Trump chose a more discreet style, primarily focusing on social and charitable initiatives. Her public statements always attracted attention, but there were also moments of contradiction, especially when her policies and those of her husband did not align perfectly. Throughout her husband's presidency, Melania Trump maintained a discreet attitude and rarely engaged in public political debates. Despite being an immigrant, born in Slovenia and becoming First Lady of the United States, she did not have a clear and prominent stance on major political issues, especially immigration. Despite her background as an immigrant, Melania supported the strict immigration policies that Donald Trump implemented, including the construction of the Mexico border wall and tightening benefits for illegal immigrants. This support created a notable contradiction, as she never publicly opposed these policies. This stood in stark contrast to previous First Ladies, who often spoke out to defend immigrant rights and emphasized the humanitarian aspect of immigration policies. Meanwhile, Melania's diplomatic relations with international leaders were also noteworthy. She consistently displayed grace and poise in meetings with heads of state. Apart from her rare public appearances, Melania Trump maintained a quiet and discreet approach to internal White House matters. Despite rumors of conflicts between her and other family members, particularly with Ivanka Trump, she remained silent on these issues. Her silence only added to the mystery and made any internal family disputes difficult to understand and verify. While Ivanka Trump actively participated in political activities and served as an official advisor to the president, Melania Trump never sought to engage in public debates. She mainly supported her husband as a strong behind-the-scenes figure and rarely intervened in the public political matters of the Trump administration. Regarding influence, although she seldom spoke out, Melania Trump still had a significant impact on Donald Trump's decisions, particularly on personal and family matters. Numerous reports suggest that Melania played a large role in some of the president's decisions, including political and diplomatic strategies. However, her influence was never openly expressed, and all of it occurred within private settings. The difference between Melania and Ivanka Trump in their roles as official advisors to the president is also noteworthy, as Ivanka often appeared in public meetings, while Melania maintained a more discreet role, focusing mainly on charitable activities and social issues. Overall, Melania Trump maintained a discreet image and rarely interfered in political matters, although she still exerted a strong influence on Donald Trump regarding family and personal decisions. It was this silence and discretion that set her apart from previous First Ladies and highlighted the contradictions in the policies she supported. The hidden side of a First Lady. The untold secrets behind Melania Trump's life in the White House. Melania Trump's time as First Lady of the United States was far from the fairy tale existence that many imagined. While the public often saw a poised and polished figure draped in designer clothes, riding in private jets, and hosting opulent state dinners, the reality of her life in the White House was far more complex. Behind the glossy image, Melania had to navigate immense pressure, deal with personal sacrifices, and handle rumors and scandals that threatened to undermine her public persona. Her life in the White House was a blend of luxury and burden, power and scrutiny, an intricate balance that few truly understand. As First Lady, Melania Trump faced significant pressures that came with the territory. For many, the role of the First Lady represents grace, beauty, and the embodiment of the American family. Melania, as a woman who had built her own career as an international model, was used to being in the spotlight. However, her position as First Lady required her to be much more than just a public figure. She was expected to represent the Trump family in a flawless and dignified manner. The scrutiny was immense. The public's expectations were high, and Melania was under constant observation by the media and the American public. Every step she took had to be measured, every public appearance carefully curated. There was no room for mistakes, and she was often held to a higher standard than many others in the political spotlight. Whether it was during a diplomatic event, a royal banquet, or simply a visit to a public event, Melania could not afford to make even the smallest misstep. The expectations placed on her were magnified by the highly charged political environment of the Trump administration, and the pressure to maintain a picture-perfect image only increased as time passed. Beyond the pressure to maintain a pristine public image, Melania Trump had to contend with numerous rumors and scandals throughout her time in the White House. Although she largely kept quiet and refrained from engaging with the media or addressing these stories, she could not escape them. For many, the mystery surrounding her personal life only fueled curiosity, and the media was quick to jump on any story that hinted at discord or drama. Perhaps the most notable of the rumors was the speculation surrounding her relationship with Donald Trump. The couple, despite their public appearances, were often said to have a strained dynamic behind closed doors. Tabloid gossip often painted a picture of a marriage that was more transactional than romantic, with some even questioning whether Melania truly supported her husband's political ambitions. There were also whispers about the relationships between Melania and other members of the Trump family. The most publicized of these was her alleged tension with Ivanka Trump, Donald's daughter. It was widely reported that Melania and Ivanka did not always see eye to eye, and the media often painted them as rivals. This only added fuel to the fire, creating more intrigue about the inner workings of the Trump family. Whether or not these rumors were entirely true is still unclear, but they certainly added to the complexities of Melania's public persona. For Melania, adapting to the role of First Lady was not a seamless transition. As a former international model, she was accustomed to the glamour of the fashion world and the jet-setting lifestyle that came with it, adding to her aura of wealth and power. While the idea of a multi-million-dollar jewelry collection is certainly enticing, the reality behind these rumors is far less clear. Some sources claim that Melania's collection was not as vast as reported, and that much of the media attention surrounding her jewelry was exaggerated. Regardless, there is no doubt that Melania's fashion choices, including her choice of jewelry, were integral to her image as First Lady. These luxurious pieces helped reinforce the narrative of her as a woman of status and sophistication. However, the public's fascination with Melania's material wealth did not stop at her jewelry. Many also questioned whether she truly lived the life of a billionaire, as the media often suggested. The extravagant trips, expensive clothing, and grand lifestyle were often portrayed as symbols of a life lived at the highest levels of wealth. Yet, it's important to note that much of what was reported could have been embellished for the sake of drawing attention. Although Melania's life in the White House was undoubtedly filled with luxury, there is no concrete evidence to support claims that she was living the billionaire lifestyle often attributed to her. At the end of the day, Melania Trump's time in the White House represents a complex story filled with contradictions. On the one hand, she was a woman living in the lap of luxury, attending state dinners with world leaders, traveling in private jets, and wearing the finest clothing. On the other hand, she was a woman subjected to intense scrutiny, dealing with rumors, scandals, and the immense pressure of living up to the expectations of the American public. Her life in the White House was a delicate balance between maintaining an image of elegance and grace while also navigating the harsh realities of her role. It was a role that required her to make sacrifices, particularly in her personal life, while also dealing with the challenges of living under the spotlight. Melania's story is one of power, sacrifice, and resilience, a story that remains a subject of intrigue and speculation. In conclusion, Melania Trump's life in the White House was a journey of both privilege and struggle. While the luxury and glamour were undeniable, the pressures, rumors, and sacrifices she faced were equally significant. She lived a life few could imagine, but it was also a life that came with a price. Her time as First Lady will undoubtedly be remembered for the image of power and sophistication she presented to the world, but it will also be remembered for the personal challenges and sacrifices she had to make along the way. Throughout her journey as First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump experienced a life of grandeur and luxury. From royal banquets with esteemed guests to lavish state trips and a life of high status with luxurious transportation, Melania consistently showcased a lifestyle many could only dream of. However, behind those glamorous images lay immense pressure and sacrifices that not everyone was aware of. Her life was not just a story of opulence, but also a challenging and sacrificial journey in becoming the First Lady. If you found this video interesting and full of captivating information, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next videos. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a wonderful day. See you in the next videos.